So currently I have the factory trigger in there. I put a little piece of tape on there so I could mark it and show you what the difference of these triggers is going to be. So here's the factory trigger. That's my first mark. I'm going to remove the factory trigger and I'm going to start with putting the Rock Your Glock Phantom trigger in. So pull these pins out and start pulling the assembly apart. I'm really not going to get in how to do this. There's plenty of videos that show that. Okay, so here's the factory trigger. Let's pop it out of there. Put the new, well, it's not new, but put the Phantom trigger in and reassemble everything. Put the slide stop in. Locking block. And try to get those holes all lined up. And put the pins back in. You should be able to hear it click. It goes around the spring of the slide stop, and you can hear just a slight click, and I don't know if you could hear that or not. Alright, let's get the slide back on and make sure that's forward. Let's get the slide back on and let's see what it does. I'm going to operate it a couple times here, see if everything seems to be working, and it does. Alright, let's mark this one. And can't really tell on the pictures here, but that's approximately 1/4 of an inch. Might be slightly smaller. Might be only 3/16. I don't know. This isn't very scientific. As you notice, my fingers on my strong hand are a little bit shorter, so a shorter trigger reach is pretty important for me. Keeps my hand on the grip position better. Let's get this apart too. Alright, snap that off. And let's put the Zev on. I think it's the Zev Fulcrum is what they're called. And they only offer, as far as I know, they only offer one for Glock 43s. And it is not adjustable. Put the slide stop back in, locking block. And let's get those pins back in and see what this one does. Now this one I have not shot yet. And again, I don't know if you could hear that. Again, it's really faint, but it sounds like you're locking into the spring. Alright, let's get the slide back on. Let's cycle it a few times, make sure everything's working. And looks pretty good. Let's mark it. Alright, so this is the middle mark. So they're all like equally spaced. So the shortest reach was definitely the Phantom. The Zev is middle, and then the stock Glock trigger is definitely the furthest reach. None of them are bad. Even for my short fingers, none of them are too bad. But this definitely helps my shorter fingers reach the trigger. It's got a nice big safety on it too, so I'm not having any problem really getting it. I just wanted to show you what some of the differences are. A lot of the manufacturers claim that they have a trigger that reduces the take-up, but yet they say it does not reduce the trigger reach, and that I don't really understand.